What's going on? It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic one time back with a prediction video. Lima Walsh is taking on Gervonta Tank Davis. I guess it's called Show Me the Money according to the banner. This is basically just some money grab. That's why it's called Show Me the Money. It's a money grab of a fight for Gervonta Tank Davis, and you can see it's kind of a changing of the guard. That more American fighters are starting to go over across the pond because there's money there, especially black fighters. For the simple fact that black fighters in America, they do not have that that following. Like Mexicans and Puerto Ricans have huge followings. Majority of American fighters are black, and they don't have that huge following, especially early on in their career. So now, you have to take those chances to go across the pond where, Bernard Hopkins really never did it. I don't think Roy Jones refused to do it. Now it's kind of becoming routine where, Tim Bradley went over there and took the belt from Junior Witter. Andre Darrell went over there. Gabriel Rosado just went over there. It's becoming more routine now. Tank Davis is making his first title defense over there, The numbers made sense. I think Frank Warren is Lima Walsh's promoter. And, Tank going to get paid for going over there. So it makes sense then than getting significantly lower money fighting, and I guess in Baltimore, where he can go fight in front of a full packed house over there in the UK. So if you was wondering why that happened, pretty much why. Leading up to this fight, Lima Walsh is being very confident. Been a lot of trash talking going. Those guys over in the UK, they love boxing. That's starting to become the hub for boxing. Starting to become the new home for boxing UK. No matter if they're mid-grade fights or lower level fight or high fights, they filling up the house regardless. And one of the reasons that Tank is going over there to build him a name. And if it goes well, he might come back and do it again. He already said if he beat Lima Walsh, he'll whoop his brother's ass as well. As far as breaking down the specifics into this fight, if you haven't seen Lima Walsh fight, pretty much typical UK guy, basic. But one thing about him that stand out, he has a good jab and he has some good body punches. A lot of offense. Basically what he is, he's a lot of offense. Good punch outfit he gonna throw. And he's not one of those guys, that can go in survival mode. Most, European and United Kingdom fighters, they don't know survival mode. They know one gear, and that's to be offensive. Some of them are starting to develop the American style now, but they're all offensive, and they're gonna go out on their shield. And Lima Walsh is a hell of a body puncher, and I think he's gonna need that body punching early in this fight to slow down Tank's attack. I think Tank is going to try to go out there and take his head off. The Tank, before he fought Pedraza, because he was fighting a lot of lower level guys, and that's why people had, including myself, picked Pedraza to beat Tank, because I think the leap of competition was so sudden for Tank. But I didn't know he can box that well. He did with Pedraza. Pedraza's a solid boxer, and he boxed the hell out of Pedraza. And I think he's going to try to take Lima Walsh's head off. I don't think it'd be too much boxing here. I think he's going to try to chin check Lima Walsh. If you haven't seen Tank fight, he's an aggressive guy, but he can box as well. He has a lot of power. He has a lot of power. He's a hell of a puncher as well, and he has hell of a boxing skill. Very slick. Can box. Box good. I was surprised. I bet he boxed Pedraza. Pedraza couldn't hang with him. If he was ill prepared or not prepared. Lima Walsh, I don't think he got shit for Tank. I think he'd be competitive. I think about the fifth round, fifth or sixth round, I'll give you a concrete round. Fifth round, I think Tank gets him out of there. I know Lima Walsh is a tough customer, but I don't think he's tasted any power like Tank. And if you can take Tank's power, I think Tank could just, box him and tenderize that meat and, rip him open late and get a late stoppage. But I think his power is just too much for Lima Walsh. I think he's, way classes above him, even though Tank is not an elite, top-notch fighter yet. He's only 22, but he got elite power, and he got some elite potential boxing skills. And I don't think Lima Walsh has seen that before. He thinks he's prepared, but he's going to get his ass whooped. Fifth round, TKO, throwing the towel style, Gervonta Tank Davis on. We talk about it as soon as the fight go off. We gone.